tell by now that I definitely dance to the beat of my own drummer.
Speaking of which, I'm going to put this to music later.
Unfortunately, my particular drummer happens to be Keith Moon. For those of you who didn't get the reference, Keith Moon was the drummer for The Who.
Who?
How cliche!
For those of you who still don't understand what I'm talking about, Kurt Cobain did not invent music!
You call that music?
I kind of miss Kurt. Too bad Courtney didn't.
Oh, snap!
That was just a cum shot.
The Apocalyptic Optimist knows what's what.
Well, Courtney love is kind of like a social disease.
Besides the one she carries?
Minus the social part.
Well, first of all, she's embarrassing. Second of all, she's recurring. Goes away, comes back, goes away, comes back. Thirdly, she's got a very strong reaction to drugs.
I'm going to label this.
Why is the music of Stephen Sondheim coming to mind?
Oh, I know. We're getting it. Wow. You start to look like Private Pile here.
So who here can do a good R. Lee Ermey?
What do you want me to say?
Oh, Eddie.
This was the best dadgum haircut I ever did have.
In case I haven't introduced myself yet. My name is Gabriel. I'm 33. I'm single.
No.
Woo!
I make my living writing children's books. You may have heard of my latest bestseller, Rover Doesn't Have to Go, A Child's Guide to Taxidermy.
I'd pay for that.
I'm pleased to say we've sold the movie rights to that book to the Disney Corporation. We've decided to cast Dakota Fanning as the little girl, but we've yet to cast the stuffed dog. We were thinking of Keanu Reeves, but he just couldn't emote enough.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm pushing for Johnny Depp myself. After all, Johnny Depp can play anything.
All right.
Johnny Depp could play an 80-year-old black lesbian and get away with it.
So who here's a fan of Sweeney Todd?
I'll get the oven ready.
Meat pies.
See, there's an art to doing this. It's not quite a lost art, but kind of funny, really. When I started shaving with a straight razor, I found it was the best, closest shave I'd ever had. Far better than anything you're going to get disposable. But you actually have to learn what you're doing. Because if you don't do it right, then you'll bleed. Holding still is important too. Oh, no comments?
Just think about the razor burn you'll have over the next few weeks.
Oh, no burn at all? Sharper than anything else you can get at a store.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Far sharper.
How would you know?
You think I don't have experience?
That's called the hair that grew too much.
This is like 3 months worth of growth.
How did you know he had a head smooth enough to screw the razor?
Now, of course, if you're all very quiet, you might very well be able to hear it. I'm sure he can hear it. Can't you?
He's being very, very still.
Don't sneeze. Wind up scalping himself.
He is.
You know what I always find funny about something like this? It's the fact that shaving, in and of itself, is a very masculine sort of act, isn't it? And yet, for the most part...
And yet somehow he can do it too.
You should wait till he's done to say that.
And yet, despite being such a fundamentally masculine act, it so often involves removing one of the secondary sexual characteristics that identifies a man as such. Think about it. You watch commercials and you see broad-chested men with musky-smelling aftershave after they've just finished removing that which in some ways marks them as a human male. I always thought that was kind of funny. And it's nothing new. It's something we've been doing for a very, very long time.
Troy,
Yes, sir.
next time I say I'm going to do this, please don't advertise it in advance.
It's going to be next time?
I'll be there.
2 for 1.
We'll make an appointment.
You know, it's funny, the Romans invented the military cut. They wanted to standardize their army. Also, when you're out in the German forest for months at a time, I'm sure the ticks kind of get to you after a little while. Not that it seemed to bother the Germans they were fighting very much. On the other hand, there's at least one little advantage to it. Nobody can grab your hair and cut your throat.
That's a good
I'm surprised this guy hasn't grabbed my